Hola, puzzle combaters. All right, so I have a few things here I wanted to cover. Some of it is with the new updates. So I don't know if anybody saw version 49. All right, so along with the Monster Island Horde issue came this variant update. So new legendary and rare variants. So that came out this past variant where it was only heroes with the suits in the summon portal, which is really good. That follows in the footsteps of Empires and Puzzles from what I can remember. So that's a good thing. So if you did a 10 pull, you wouldn't just get a plain vanilla. Like every one of them at least is going to come with the variant suit. And also keep in mind, like if you end up with a whole bunch of Sparrow suits, Sparrow was one of the ones in the last, one of the one rares with a suit now, or a whole bunch of Dougals, you can feed the suits away to another suit. And that way you're leveling a lot faster too. So, because God, we all know how horrid the percentages are on the summon gate, so we're all going to end up with a whole heck of a lot of rares. Extra suits at some point, I'm sure. So just keep that in mind that you can use that on a different suit. So, and it won't let you, it shouldn't let you, at least it didn't in Empires and Puzzles. I don't have enough suits to test it out myself, but it shouldn't let you feed the last suit. You automatically keep it. So if you have 5 or 6 of the same, you can feed away, 5 out of the 6, and you'll still have the other one left. Now, I like this too because fully leveled up variant stat bonuses increased to 9%. Attack 9%, defense, and 14% health. So that's a nice little bonus there. Because, like not all of us can afford to spend a mortgage or 3 on a an RPG match 3 game on our phones. So this does help the vanillas become a little bit more involved, I guess, in our everyday sort of usage, whereas maybe they were falling behind. They were definitely falling behind because there's just way too many overpowered season 2 heroes. So now they're a lot more useful for a lot of us. Now the team power too. I noticed that they seem to be a bit lower. Like I thought it was so the finishing stages, they were all like over 5, 6, and 7,000 health, and I don't think it's that way this time. Or the last time around. I'd have to check this, but it seems like the health had been lowered. So I'm not sure if that's what this last line means. The team power recommendations improved because man, they had a hell of a lot of health on them. It was crazy. So that's a good update, a good announcement. So, and this one too, I just wanted to pop into here. All right, so a couple months back, we finally got them to do something about the raid season where, like, very rarely could any of us hit master anymore. Now, they infused so many trophies that they made this redundant almost right away. There's no use to the raid season right now. So they did make this change because everybody's going to end up hitting master and platinum and that sort of thing and just stay there. Like there's no rollback. You don't lose enough to go back down to gold type of thing. Like we shouldn't have been reset to 1200 anyway. Like that just made thousands of trophies disappear for nothing. So they did make some improvements, but it swung the other way now where it's just useless because we're all hitting those tiers. There's nothing to achieve. So they did this. Players above gold tier will have their trophies reset to the minimum of the tier their trophy count is at the end of the season. So if you're in gold and you have 1289, then you'll just be reset back to 1200. Not a big deal. That's not a big loss. This makes a lot more sense than infusing all the newer players and bringing them up to gold right away. I mean, a lot of the newer players wouldn't be able to beat gold teams, especially with somebody that cup drops on a regular basis. You know, they could easily have a 47 to 5,000 powered teams, depending on the combinations they make, but they're cup dropping with, you know, a 2100 team. So, yeah, I mean, I would find that frustrating as a newer player to wonder how the heck that happens. Yeah, I beat their team so easily, and then they came back and smashed me later. Jeepers. Smashed my team to bits, right? Like, that's got to be very frustrating for newer players. So then if you're at master and you've got 2500 something, you'll go down to the 2400 that it's set at. Not a big deal. There's still enough trophies in here. I still would like to see some new content with this though. Like, this is all overall it's getting a little bit boring because the content is staying the same now for the last little while. Yeah, they've worked out some new stuff. Like, we finally have a reflect green challenge event, which is good. They did the mutant event as well. So there's been a couple of new things, but it's just not enough. And because stuff like this that's still broken and has been broken from the beginning is still a glaring issue. So I don't know why they can't do a rollback and then give us some goals to work towards throughout the raid season. Like, why would it be any different from working on Path of Valor? Right? So raid season trophy reset. All right. Well, you'll get 100 extra trophies if you do 15 wins in a row. Like, why couldn't they do stuff like that? You know, just to give people something to work towards instead of the same old nonsense. So this really becomes whoever can be online at the last minute to win it, which is really a shitty way to win something. It is. It's craptacular. It absolutely is. So, you know, having a cumulative trophy throughout the season should be how it's awarded. An accumulation of whoever can raid the most for the most trophies out of the 28-day season should be the one that wins. It shouldn't depend on who can be online at that last minute. And that's very unfortunate that this has stayed the same. It really needs to be looked at again, but who knows? I don't know. Like, lots of people complained originally, and we've lost a lot of those players to other games now that don't even play this game, where they brought forward that concern right away and said, hey, this is no good. It totally depends on who's sleeping and who's not sleeping for a winner. Like, I'm gonna sleep. I don't care about raids if it's during my sleep time. I don't want to win a raid season that badly that I give up sleep. So I don't know, just some things I noticed in the last little while. Also with the Manor of Legends. So I need to play the last thing here, and I'll just kind of chat away while I'm doing that. So all the bosses are still the same. They're the original 5 heroes that were released. 2, 3, 4, and Jocasta. Where's Jocasta? Holy, she's hardly in any of those boards. Jocasta's the last one of the 5. So these 5 heroes that are the bosses in this were the 5 originally released, and they kept getting featured like again and again, which isn't really a problem, except again that it gets boring because it's the same old thing again and again. Yet they keep adding, I'll put the speed weapon on him. They keep adding more and more heroes of the month to the summon portal. So I'm gonna do my summons after this board too. Oh, Path of Valor had flame bombs in it. I should have brought flame bombs in. Oh well, that's alright. So I kind of stacked according to the bosses here. So I've got 2 blues for Jocasta when we get there. And I've got 2 purples to cover Goldman. You know, we would have to play our teams differently and think about our hero usage a little bit more if they rotated the bosses around. Because in Empires and Puzzles, they do that. It's not always the same bosses like it has been here. So hopefully they can address that at some point soon. Because this has been out for what, at least... Oh gosh. It's got to be coming up close to a year because they've added a lot of new heroes of the month, past heroes of the month, and they don't get featured until they've been benched as a hero of the month, so to speak, for about 9 months. And considering all of them in the summer portal now, this has ran for quite a while. So it kind of gets boring because, you know, the same old bosses. If they introduce ones with obviously be different special and they're all different colors, and we would have to use our resources a bit better to make sure we get through it, right? Unless we're one of the people that has put a mortgage or 3 into the game and has a ton of hero variety. Then you might not have to worry so much. Alright, got some reds here. Okay, I want to get rid of you first. So all the single snipers, I'm going to send her away. Alright, let's get rid of some useless tiles. There's too much green on the board right now. Since he's gonna hit me anyway. I do find everyone though, like I get usually a little bit better at it. Because I have more hero variety, obviously. Alright, let's throw that much. So that's a good thing. I just would like to play some more of the heroes of the month that you don't always see. Like, you don't always see Natalia. I mean, she's got a deadly hit, but since she's so slow, there's better green options out there that people go for. I'm just gonna keep hitting you. I want you gone. So that is a good thing. You know, you get more heroes leveled up in between when this comes to visit us once a month. And these events, like, they do help if you're looking to play, like, war teams. You can kind of figure out who goes together and who works well against some of these heroes of the month. Because obviously we still do see them in war quite a bit. Don't see Minimoto too often, though. I mean, he's a good, quick green sniper, but again, there's lots of multi-hitters and other greens, so you don't see him as much anymore. And let's face it, some of the heroes of the month, like Xander, need a buff. So does Magnet. Xander's got a very niche special, and unfortunately it doesn't do much damage. If the damage output was upped a bit, I bet you we'd see him a lot more. But anyway, I just am kind of looking for some variety here, because some of us that have been playing since the soft release, like, we're still farming the same boards in veterans, and don't get me wrong, it shores up our inventory, but at the same time, after this long, it's getting a little bit boring. So I would like to see some variety kicked in to the game. I don't know about you guys out there, and feel free to comment. Like, it's basically been 4 years and we haven't got a Hero Academy yet either, or some type of conversion lab. It just, yeah, it's getting a little bit frustrating, and unfortunately people are leaving the game, and that's, what happens. They'll find something new and shiny to play, and I'm like that too, like we all are, right? So, and there does need to be some variety without a summon portal attached. So, we need a Hero Academy, and we need to be able to make our own trainer heroes with that Hero Academy, on top of being able to switch up our endless 5s that we have too many copies of, especially the vanilla ones. I just fed all of mine away again the other day to free up some room, so, because I just can't hang on to them, which is unfortunate. So they're going to come out with a Hero Academy like next month, just because I said that. And then I'll have no 5s to put in there to train. Oh, Ingrid. Yay, I got an Ingrid. Yay, I got a Laszlo. Oh, man. So I'm running out of heroes again to level up, which is the usual problem for me. I do have 7 tickets saved for Spring Tech when it gets here. It should be here soon. April 1st, ideally. But I do have 5 in each of this, so let's see if I get a Anastasia or a Crockett. All food. I didn't do very well last time when I did some polls too. I recorded that. And I got 1. I got Sure Shot, but that I fed her away too. I got 1 out of the 30. Just wasn't one of the ones I wanted. Oh my gosh, a 3rd Emma. Well, I'll hang on to this one to convert her to a different one. Different hero. Oh, I just ran out of room. Who am I? So I'm leveling the 2nd Emma, and I'm trying to do a strongbow. That's it. And got 1 more. Astrid, definitely feeding her away too. Okay, so they did make some good changes with the last couple updates. It's really good. I just hope they address some of the glaring issues, but I won't hold my breath. So, alrighty, folks, that's it for now, and happy War Wednesday. Hope you all do well in war, except whoever we're playing against. Take care, all.